谢。
非常感谢。
非常感谢。Thanks a million.
But if you want to say more than that, such as, you've been a great help,
Which is?
你真是帮了大忙了。
你真是帮了大忙了。
你 means you.
你
真是 really.
真是
帮了大忙 a great help.
帮了大忙。
你真是帮了大忙了。
你真是帮了大忙了。You've been a great help.
非常感谢，你真是帮了大忙了。
别客气，要帮忙就给我打电话。
好的。
Angie, this has been a very helpful week, no pun intended. Would you like to give our question of the day?
Sure. How do you say thanks a million in Chinese?
And I'd like to say thanks a million for this week's lessons, Yanjia.
No problem. We'll see everyone next week.
周末快乐。
Send your answer to the following email address, chinese@cri.com.cn. You can also log on to www.crienglish.com. Click Learn Chinese to know more about the program and to access to a lot more Chinese learning materials. At crienglish.com, then learn Chinese.
Discover modern-day China by feeling the pulse of its economic, cultural, and social evolutions. This is Beijing 1008 AM Discover Plus Radio, a division of China Radio International.
CRI News, I'm Wen Jie. A spokesperson with the Hong Kong and Macau Affairs Office of China State Council says the central government is fully confident that the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region can handle the Occupy Central movement according to law. The remarks came hours after some Hong Kongers launched the illegal gathering of Occupy Central early on Sunday. The spokesperson said the central government firmly opposes all illegal activities that could undermine rule of law and jeopardize social tranquility, and it offers a strong backing to the Hong Kong SAR government in efforts to maintain Hong Kong's social stability and protect the personal and property safety of Hong Kong citizens. Meanwhile, Hong Kong Chief Executive C.Y. Leung says Hong Kong's government is resolute in opposing the unlawful occupation actions by Occupy Central. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi says China hopes security and order can be restored in Iraq as soon as possible. Wang Yi made the remarks during talks with Iraqi Foreign Minister Ibrahim el-Jafari on the sidelines of the ongoing high-level debate of the UN General Assembly in New York. Wang Yi expressed the belief that the new Iraqi government will pool the strengths of all factions, restore security and social order as soon as possible, lead its people to realize national stability and development, and work with the international community to crack down on terrorism. He said China will continue to provide Iraq with the aid it needs, including emergency humanitarian assistance. As many as 1,500 Kurdish fighters have joined their fellow Kurds in Syria's northern city of Kobani to fight against the Islamic State militants, who have been on a crushing offensive for control over that key Kurdish city. The oppositional Syrian Observatory for Human Rights says the 1,500 Kurdish fighters streamed from Turkey through the borders toward Kobani since last Wednesday, adding that all of the new fighters have joined the Kurdish militia called the People's Protection Unites. The latest flow of fighters comes as the IS terror group has been fighting intense battles for control over Kobani, which is on the borders with Turkey. This is CRI News. Ceremonies were held in a number of Chinese cities on Sunday to celebrate the 2,565th anniversary of the birth of ancient Chinese philosopher Confucius. In Qufu City, hometown of Confucius in East China's Shandong province, more than 4,000 people marched toward the Confucius Temple in a grand ceremony on Sunday morning, as government officials, scholars, students, and the descendants of Confucius recited the classics of the ancient philosopher. Elsewhere, some 300 people bowed to the statue of Confucius in Yuelu Academy in Changsha, capital of central China's Hunan province, while in the southwestern Guiyang city, around 300 pupils dressed in traditional Han clothes read classics of the educator in the local Confucius school on Sunday. China successfully launched an experimental satellite into preset orbit from Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center in its northwestern Gobi Desert on Sunday. The Shijian 1107 was boosted by a Long March 2C carrier rocket. The satellite, which was developed by China SpaceSat Company Limited under the China Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation, will be used to conduct scientific experiments in space. This was the 194th flight of the Long March rocket series. The Chinese government will lift restrictions on foreign investment for 27 businesses, from green tea to civil airplane engines, in the China-Shanghai Pilot Free Trade Zone. The Shanghai FTZ will be temporarily exempt from restrictions on foreign investment in businesses like shipping, automobile, civil aviation, and infrastructure development, according to a State Council statement published on Sunday. The Chinese residential property market will continue to face price pressure despite likely quarter-on-quarter sales growth in Q4 2014, according to the latest Moody's report. Total contracted sales value for the residential property market will decline 5 to 10% year-on-year for 2014, a slower pace compared with a 10.9% fall in January to August, according to Moody's Investor Service forecast. In sports, China swept Malaysia 6-0 to clinch the men's team recurve archery title for the first time at the Asian Games in Incheon on Sunday. For CRI, I'm Wenjie.
You're listening to a flashback of Roundtable, an in-depth discussion of hot topics concerning China. Good afternoon and welcome to Roundtable, coming to you from Easy FM every day from 2 to 3 p.m. My name is Xiaohua, joined by He Yang and John Artman here in the studio. Coming up in this half hour, two reality shows both claim that they snatched the highest ratings of the same time slot. Is one of them lying? And an NPC deputy suggests college students should handwrite at least 60% of their homework. Is it realistic? You can join our discussion by sending us a WeChat message. 想参与我们的话题讨论，只要给我们发送微信就可以了。我们的微信号是 EZFM Roundtable. Also, you can find us on 新浪微博 where we are 轻松调频 Roundtable. Also.